Look yourself in the mirror right now and say, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now because this matters to me today. This matters to me tomorrow. And this is going to matter to me in the future. All right, let's go. If you're tired of not feeling fit, tired of just not having a focus, tired of just not getting the life that you deserve, this is your place to be. I'm Yarusi. This is the Live 100 podcast. And I guarantee within maybe today, this week, this month, somewhere in the near future, you have said the words, but I just don't have the time. But the brutal, honest fact is you have the time to prioritize what is exactly right for you. You know, so many days in my life have been wasted because I've said I don't have the time. Yet, if I looked back in those days, I was just spinning my wheels doing things that weren't productive, that weren't really going after I want. Why? Because I didn't feel certain. I didn't feel confident, right? My real estate journey finally started when I said enough is enough and I went out there and I took action. But before that, I was saying, well, for me to buy a property, I would need to have all this time to be able to go out there and make these connections, make and identify the properties, underwrite the properties, make the offers, put together the plan to do the renovations, right? I was telling myself all these reasons why I didn't have the time. But when I actually just laid down the plan and started going and committing to the actions, what showed up with the results. And I did have the time. I didn't have my priorities straight. So ask yourself, what are you doing right now that is not being done correctly because you're telling yourself a story which is not actually true? I want you to just be brutal in your priorities, brutal to yourself in terms of what do you actually want in this life and why are you not going after it right now? Ask yourself, what is it? What is it? Are you not getting in shape because you're saying you just don't have time to go out there and just get the workout in? Are you not going and starting the business because you're saying that you just don't have the time to put in the energy to do that? Are you not spending time with your family because you tell yourself you're too busy? What are you not doing right now? And if it is the fact you're saying you don't have enough time, then you need to be brutally honest with yourself if it's actually that important. Because if it's not that important, then take it off your list. But give back to the fact of just being brutal with yourself. I mean, just commit to it. Publicly commit to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror right now and say, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now because this matters. This matters to me today. This matters to me tomorrow. And this is going to matter to me in the future. And if I don't start right now, then that excuse that I don't have time has won the day. Ask yourself, what is it right now? Can you put down exactly what it is that you don't have time for? And then tell yourself, is it important or is it not? And just be ruthlessly honest with yourself. If it's not that important, then just stop telling yourself that it's something you should be doing. Take it off your list and make time for more priorities. Think back to all these things that I waited to get started. And some of these things I finally started later in my years. And it's been great to do them. And I can tell myself, you know, I wasn't mentally ready. I wasn't in a good place. I wasn't ready for the commitment. I can make all these excuses, but that's what they were. I was telling myself I didn't have enough time because I was busy doing something else. But when I finally made it a priority, I made the time for it to happen. You will find when you set your priorities straight, when you set yourself on a clear track and have a clear vision of where you want to end up, you are going to make the time. You're going to carve the time out in the same 24 hours. Let's get 25 because you can make it feel like 25 hours if you commit and prioritize correctly. If you have a set vision of where you want to go and you have an importance level of what is important today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year in your life, then you are not ever going to tell yourself the story that you don't have time anymore. You're going to make it a crucial priority that you are going to carve in your calendar the time to get it done, and then you're going to show up and get it done. I Live 100. It's about prioritizing what upon your journey needs to be done, what needs to be committed, what needs to be attended to, what needs to be done for you to reach the goals that you deserve to have. And then it's followed up by the commitment and the resolve to get up and get it done. When you feel like it, when you don't feel like it, when the time is right, when the time is wrong, you commit and you take action and you put forth that commitment. And then it's followed by the anchor that grounds us to getting the work done and to the results that are destined upon us if we truly show up and take control of our life. You know, you're telling yourself a lie. You're telling yourself a lie. And within this moments, you have the ability to reach forward, reach into your life, pull out the truth of what's actually going on, and then make a change, a critical change in the moment to say, this is what's important. And this is what I'm going to do right now to make a change that's going to be beneficial in my life, to give me the results that I know I can get. So what excuse are you telling yourself right now What are you doing in this moment? And what truth can you lay upon yourself to set you free from this mental block? I've had so much in my life, these times when you put yourself in mental jail, right? And I'm sure you've been there, where you have a thought in your mind, and the way you've conditioned your brain to think about something, the way that you've put chains around your mind limits you in a way that you can't break free. You can't break through and away from the past thoughts that have kept you in this uncertain place, in this mindset of thinking that I can't and I won't be able to. But when you face yourself in the mirror and you say, I can do this. I can do this right now because this is what's important. This is what's meaningful. This is what's going to make the difference in where I am and where I want to be. I can do this and I can make a difference right now. When you do that, when you put forward the work, the lies that have been holding you, been constraining you, that have been chaining you down, just fall off. And the truth of what's important, the truth of what's possible in your life ultimately starts opening up. And you start seeing the day in a different way, because the day is not based on limitations, right? It's not based on loss. It's not based on what you can't get done because of something else. It's based on the possibilities. It's based on what is possible with the time you have. And when you use this energy, right? And this energy, it's something that's contagious, right? Because you have this energy, you start feeling upon yourself. You start translating this energy into all of your habits, all of your rituals. You start to pass along this energy to others, because no longer are you going to accept what's not true. You're going to hear through the noise. You're going to hear the excuses that are passed on by others. And you're no longer going to accept it, because you're going to be brutally honest to yourself. You're going to say, I live in a world where the possibilities come down to my energy and my action. So use this as a wake-up call. Use this as a part to just really commit to no longer feeling overwhelmed, distracted, and just drifting through your day and pretending that the schedule is the enemy, when in fact it's really our mind that has put us in a place that put us into mental jail, right? Break free today. Allow yourself the opportunity to go out there and to seek the greatness that's in front of you by telling yourself you have all the time you need. You just need to set consequences when you're not truly prioritizing what's possible and what's important. Now, I know it can be hard, right? I know that you're just thinking to yourself, but what should I cut out? And the truth is, if you're not willing to cut out something that's not important and that's bringing you down, then it's going to be a hard time bringing yourself up to the new levels that's possible within yourself. We don't constantly have to hold on to our past because it's our past. We use our past as growth, as stepping stones, as layers that have built us, layers that have conditioned us, but it hasn't set the tone for the future. It's given us an indication of what's happens, right? And what has formed us, but it's also given us many levels of learning, right? Many lessons that now can be bestowed on others, right? In both a positive fashion and both a form of caution. So you use your life forward to realize you're just not out of time. You're out of integrity with the purpose that's most powerful for you today. So I leave you with this action to understand that you need to tell yourself one thing that you're going to commit to today that's going to be a change from the lie you were telling yourself yesterday. And if you can do that, think about how the world is going to open up upon you, and all the possibilities that have been standing right there in front of you now are clear and now are possible. All right, so that's what I have for you today. If you want to ask yourself some more questions, go over to jasonyarusi.com. There's a free assessment there. You can take that assessment, answer a few questions, and it will give you a good read of just where your starting line is. So you can get yourself out of the gate right now. Go out there and master intent with purpose. And there's a free ebook there. Download that free ebook about breaking through your excuses and making change in your life today. All right, that's what I have for you today. I'm Jason Yarusi. This is the Little Wonder Podcast. Let's do this.